Thank you so much. How y'all guys doing today? Good? Awesome. I know it's late in the day. We'll try to keep some energy in it. I do need the clicker if possible. Thank you. So yeah, let's get a show of hands. How many parents in the room? Parents? Okay, we got a few. Well, if you're a parent, pay close attention. If you're not, all of us were kids at one point, right? And we remember how it felt. And I have a 2.5-year-old son, and I know how it feels when he wants something. He wants it. He will do anything he can to get it. And you want to do everything you can as a parent to give them, what they want, obviously what they need. And it really hurts. It hurts them when they can't get something they want. So through all of life, my son's 2.5, we learn how to negotiate and try to identify what it is we want, and then figure out what it takes to get it. Right now, my son's in a great stage of, he's obsessed with candy. So everything's about manipulating mom and dad to get in that little locked cabinet to get those Tic Tacs. And it's an amazing negotiation. He'll do anything. If someone else comes in, he'll figure out how to negotiate my dad and manipulate him to get what he wants. And the point is, as kids grow up, they're going to learn some level of financial values one way or another. They're going to learn mostly by watching what it is we do as parents. If you see your parents stressing out about money and worrying about the lack of it, you're going to develop that insecurity inside. If you grow up having most of the things you want, let's say somewhat entitled in a sense, you may not develop the values of that hard work ethic, right? So all of us have these examples in our own lives and by seeing our friends around us. Now, the purpose of Kidcoin, it's really a passion project for me. I've been working in this area of financial literacy, working with families, working with technology, trying to find solutions and ways to help families and kids gain a certain level of confidence and self-sufficiency, what we call financial literacy. And a lot of the ideas we had were before their time. We had ideas back in 2001 to do things that weren't possible because we didn't have mobile phones to have apps that our kids can use to do things. Things that we have now with the blockchain make the vision of Kidcoin possible. So it is the evolution of a business, another business that I started and sold back in 2001 called 401 Kid, where we help parents plan and save for college. So this is a passion project for me. I am a serial entrepreneur. I've built and grown a number of companies. And if you end up looking at our website later, I can talk to anyone. I see some faces I've spoken to already. We have a very, very seasoned, not just management team, but also advisory team, and also an investor group as well. So we're not a startup with just an idea. We're a team that has a plan, a vision, and I hope in the next 10 minutes to share some more of that with you here. So here's where it all starts, right? It starts with the kids. Our main mission is to help give these young people the tools they need and to build values, to learn the value of saving, delay of gratification, to learn the value of sharing. Young kids don't always know that. They don't know how to share. They're greedy. They have to learn these values. And we depend on the ecosystem. We always say it takes a village. We've all heard that saying, right? It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to also raise a financially savvy child, one that's armed for the future and empowered to be independent when the time comes in their life. So here, what you can see, is also some of the tools we have and the products we have to enable that. We have these hybrid digital wallets. We have what we call a P2P engagement, allowing kids to start in a safe way, transacting with and exchanging with value with their friends from a very young age. We're not talking teenagers. They will use the product as well. We're talking as early as 4 or 5 years old, allowing kids through a gamified experience and a monitored experience, their parents controlling what they can do and what they can't, to allow them to start learning these values. So the ecosystem has multiple parts, right? It can't just be with the kids. The parents and the extended families have to be part of the solution, right? So the way they handle money, the modeling. So part of our system isn't just for kids, it's to help the negotiation, and that's why we call it a family finance, blockchain-based, family finances platform, because, we're helping to alleviate stress for the parents as well by giving them controls so they know their kids are safe and they're not on apps and on websites buying things and looking at videos that they shouldn't. And that they can do automated allowance through this hybrid digital wallet where the kids can get both fiat and crypto. So this is an introduction and an education to the 98% of the world that isn't in the crypto space yet, but it is the future, and it's very intuitive for young people. Digital money, smart digital money is going to be so instinctual for them. It's harder for us as adults to conceive the transition. It's not for them. But parents still need control, and they want rules. So, you know, you do your chores, you go to school, you know, you get your allowance. If you don't, we might withhold part of it. So they can build those kind of rules into our apps, you know, to help build those value systems for their kids. And family and friend funding. Grandma and grandpa wants to give a birthday gift, a Christmas gift. To the kids, go to the Kidcoin account. They can automate that. And I've got a niece. She's 9 years old. Every time she plays football, she scores a goal. I want to give her a $10 worth of Kidcoin. I'm going to give her 1,000 Kidcoins every time she scores a goal. I can program that into my Kidcoin application, and then she can see 10 years later when she's using that money for college or to buy a car or whatever means that her uncle gave her, you know, 27 gifts over these 5 years when she played soccer and scored these goals. So those are some of the examples that the modules permit with the extended family and friends functionality. So I'm just going to talk about these main 4 members of the ecosystem. The kids, we talked about the parents and extended families. What about the teachers? Some of the most underappreciated, we always talk about it, right? Like, these teachers don't get paid enough. They're not respected for the work they do. They're essentially helping to raise these young people. And I don't know if you guys have heard or how it is as much here, but in the US, teachers are going on strike, state by state, because they've had enough. They're not getting paid enough. They're not being compensated for their work. But in schools, kids aren't learning financial literacy and financial values. So we're going to arm teachers with classroom apps that allow them to create situations, kind of like virtual money, kind of a game that they can play over the course of the semester to help kids play different roles and ultimately learn these financial values. And we'll also have earning opportunities and reward opportunities for teachers as well to reward them for helping provide this extra bit of education to kids. And then the 4th main player in this kind of ecosystem, which is really a whole variety of players, is companies. Companies that are part of the community and these brands that want to support financial literacy. What brand doesn't want to support, you know, young people gaining confidence, building these values? Of course, the brands also want your money. They want, you know, in this kind of consumerist world we live in, they want you to spend with them to buy those MacBooks and whatever else there's, you know. So we're building an age-appropriate marketplace where the kids can spend their crypto or their dollars, again, with the oversight of parents. Teenage kids that start earning their own money, of course, will have more independence. The goal is independence, not for parental monitoring forever, right? So, you know, part of our value system and kind of roadmap in our technology is to negotiate the conversation of kids gaining independence eventually with their financial life. But these groups, these micro scholarships and rewards that brands can offer, celebrities and other individuals, well-intentioned individuals, can offer micro scholarships to kids as little as $5 worth for kids that achieve certain things, again, whether it's good grades or some other good deeds, some good act of charity, random act of kindness. Whatever that sponsor wants to motivate as a positive behavior, they can do that through smart contract. Again, there's blockchain technology underpinning every component of what I'm mentioning here. Smart contracts that are then set off once the kids upload that report card that's proof of achievement, and that $25 micro scholarship gets fired off in Kidcoin to their digital wallet. So there's a whole marketplace where kids can come in and families and see what kind of reward opportunities are available. Big brands like some of the ones listed here can reward kids for giving them feedback on new products. So you have new products and you're willing to pay £5 for kids of certain age group or demographic to answer 3 questions. You answer these 3 questions, you earn these micro rewards. And now, hopefully, you could spend those micro rewards back with us as an approved vendor in this marketplace. So as you can see, it's a whole ecosystem. There's a whole economy and a token economics here that isn't just about how we're distributing the tokens initially. That's only where the journey starts. The real economy happens when people actually, we hear it a lot today, and in this blockchain space, when are some real products and services going to come into the market that people could really use, right? And of course, there's a lot of complications around that and reasons why it's taking time to build up the infrastructure. But as you can see from what I'm describing here, we're one of those companies that has actual real world, use case and application that millions of people can start using once they're made available. I'll talk about our roadmap a little bit in a minute. So when you take these 4 main groups together, you get this ecosystem. Again, we call it a village. We say that the kids and their immediate families are tribes, and that these tribes together form in a larger kind of society as kind of many villages that all need to support this ecosystem of building financial literacy, using the tools that we supply, and you can see all the different transaction flows that flow through this basically group of 4. So I'll step back from product a little bit, talk about the team. Again, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been building tech companies for 22 years. And again, it's a lot of faces and names, but I'll highlight a couple of people. Some of you might have heard David Houle, who's been one of my mentors for 17 years, speaking both on the main stage and on a panel here earlier. He's helped build and launch brands like CNN, Headline News, Nickelodeon, MTV. He was on the founding management team of that company, so he understands. He's a futurist now, so he predicts trends and he helps build brands. He's our chief brand officer. Carmine Vona, another gentleman I'm going to highlight actually on this next page, was named or termed architect by one of the major fintech magazines a few years back, and he was CIO at one of the world's top banks, Bankers Trust, which got acquired by Deutsche Bank for over 30 years. So we have visionaries and people that have been there, done that, building multi-billion-dollar brands on our team, on our advisory team, on our management team. And again, it's not just about the big names and the big numbers. It's really about chemistry, and it's about heart. I mean, we believe in making money by doing good. There is a social vision here and goal that we have. A lot of our societies, no matter what the country is, are mired in debt. There's a lot of bad habits that we all have and that we've learned through just modeling and the way society runs. And there's not a lot of companies kind of fighting the good fight, we feel, when it comes to teaching people proper financial values. And that's what we're standing for. So it's a mission-driven company, but we also have very smart, capable people that know how to build a money-making business as well. So there's no reason those things can't go hand in hand. Talk about our token sale and economics. We are doing an ICO, which is coming in September. We're putting it out there a little bit because we're very actively in development right now, early stage. But around that time, in August, we're planning on having our first beta product. So we kind of feel that it's smart for us to do the full ICO token generation event right around the time we're actually releasing our first product. As of March 1st, or really just as we speak, we're just opening a private sale. We're well supported by an incubator back in New York, which is where our main operation is. Although we also have an operation and our main jurisdiction is Cayman Islands. So as you heard today, Switzerland and Malta and Gibraltar, Cayman Islands is another one, like Singapore, that has, tax-friendly type of jurisdiction. It's actually a UK-owned province. And as you can see here behind me, there's 3 stages of the ICO. The formal ICO in Q3 2018, and then pre-sale starting May 1st, pre-sale phase 1 and pre-sale phase 2. So Similar to what you've probably seen in other models, our private sale tokens are 5 cents, and then in pre-sale round 1, they go to 10 cents, then 15 cents, and then finally in the token generating event, 20 cents. So there's kind of built-in escalation there as we're obviously continuing to build value and utilizing the funding and the funding we already have to continue to build out the platform. And whitelisting is now available and open. If anyone's interested, you can talk to me after. I know the show is coming to an end here, but we're at booth 51 if anyone wants to learn more. And I'll leave you with that. And again, what it really comes down to is raising the next generation of financially responsible and resourceful young people. And again, not a line we came up with, but a line we believe in. And I've already heard it once or twice today. It really does take a village. So that ecosystem, the whole community, whether you invest in our company or not is not the point. We are a venture that is on a path to success. And when you do see our product available in the market, UK and Europe is one of our tier 1 primary markets. We'll be in the US, Canada, UK, some other European countries, and a couple of others in Asia within this calendar year. So hopefully you'll all at least follow our progress, cheer us on, join our Telegram community, see what kind of buzz we're getting. And ultimately, if you have a child that's important in your life, whether it's a nephew, niece, or your own kid, please let them know about it or use it to give them their next birthday gift or holiday gift when the right time comes in Q4 this year. Thank you guys very much. Do we have time for a question, or if any questions? Yes, sir.
So you're focusing on kids, parents, and the teachers. So if we exclude the teachers, there are already some businesses that already do exactly what you're planning to do, but instead of using crypto, they're using fiat. So what's different with those companies?
I'm sorry, what's different with?
So the structure and all the stuff you described with in regards to parents and kids, for the kids to get a reward and so on, there are already existing companies, especially in the UK, that already do this, exactly this thing. So the kids get the rewards from the parents, or they even get a prepaid, customized card and so on, debit card. So what's different with your business compared to?
Sure. Good question. There's some players in the space doing some of the components. We have 7 modules in our system. I didn't show you everything. We have a college savings module. We have investment management component. These micro rewards is something unique to that. The crypto element is a unique component, I think, as you acknowledged as well. I mean, having this happen in fiat is one thing. Bringing in cryptocurrency, which is, as I think most of us would agree, the future of currency, adds a whole new element. Although we know not every family is going to be ready to use it. So I think there's some other smart young companies in the space, and we applaud them, to be honest, for what they're doing. But the most I've seen is companies having a very small number of users. So it's still not, no one's come in. I think as you heard the conversation earlier, it's not always about who's first, it's about who's able to actually scale and get into the mass market. So I think we can differentiate with the market penetration, with the crypto aspect, and with some of the other modules. But we love to collaborate with other companies in the space that are doing similar things as well. Thank you guys. Thank you all. Take care.
Thank you very much, Arman. You can find him on stand number 51. So do go and find him and ask any further questions that you might have.